DIY Gourmet, specialty foods. Kumusta sa lahat? Today, we're cooking those delicious little red Filipino hot dogs on the stovetop. We've got ourselves a pan warming up, and we're going to put a little sunflower oil in before we toss in the hot dogs and get them browned. Alright, now we add in here about a tablespoon, maybe 2, of sunflower oil. And that's going to be nice and hot, but not like super flaming deadly hot, because you want them to have a nice little crackle sizzle when they go down onto the pan surface. But when they hit that fire, just like that, just a little bit, and then once they're in there, get them circled around so that they get coated in the oil. I know a lot of people just leave them there on a high or medium heat until they get blackened or browned on however crispy they like them. But the way I like to do it before we get to all of that is to add a bit of water. And so I'm going to give it a good 30 seconds, maybe 45. And I'm going to get these so that they got a little sizzle sear on them. But then after that, I'm going to put in about 1/4 cup. And so we toss it in. And now, if you're not using a lot of oil, you'll be alright. If you're using a lot of oil, you might want to reconsider. However, when you're doing it with the oil, it'll spit a lot if there's too much oil in there. So after this, we're going to cover it up and turn the fire on low and come back in about 2 minutes. Okay, we are now back after the 2 minutes, and we've got ourselves some plump little delicious hot dogs. And then that will make it so that you can burn off that liquid and get to sizzling those hot dogs so they are crispy all over and pop them in your mouth delicious. Now we've got it here and we've boiled off most of the water. What we're doing now is getting it nice and crispy sizzly. We got it on a good solid medium heat, nothing too high or nuclear powered so that they burn in a crisp. No, what we're going to do here is get them nice and crispy on all sides, and that involves a good amount of movement. Because if you leave them in place too long on one side, or one part, they will get that telltale streak of having been left on one part a little too long. And, you know, sometimes that's fun, don't get me wrong. But, if you want them to look nice and crispy all over, then you definitely gotta make sure that they get an even rotation. And then when you can start to smell toasted hot dog, you know you're starting to get to the right zone. That'll be after a good 5 to 7 minutes of them simmering like this with movement regularly on a medium heat. And then when they have the amount of toasting that you prefer, which usually is somewhere around 7 to 9 minutes, then you take them out, serve them up, you're good to go. Tamasahin ang iyong pag-ain. Do it yourself gourmet, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.